Hi everyone, welcome back to Dave's Shed. ALDI had one of their special buys, so they had a scroll saw is on sale at the moment for $90. So, and as far as I can tell, it's exactly the same as this Ryobi one, which is sold by my local big box store. So the big box store dropped their price to just below $90 as well, to compete. So I thought, well, not much to lose, $90. Let's give it a try. So I've gone out and brought this scroll saw. I don't really know much about scroll saws at all, nothing really. So now's a good time to learn. So let's open it up and see what we can find. Okay, so it says 405mm scroll saw. I presume that's the throat. It says, it doesn't say. Oh yes, it does. 125 watt motor, variable speed. On the back tells you a few of the details. So that sounds good. Let's get it out of the box. So what do we have? We've got a manual. So I might actually have to read that for a change, because I don't know much about these machines. So let's take the packing out. You can have a look inside the box there. It's got a little plastic guard. It has one blade. And that's about it out of the box. It has a lamp, but it's not an LED lamp, so I'm not sure how I'm going to go in getting replacement bulbs for that thing. But anyway, it's got a little lamp. Power cord, you can see at the front, on, off. It has a port for dust extraction and variable speed. Good stuff. The base is cast iron, so that gives it some stability. The table feels like, it actually feels like cast aluminium, if I'm not mistaken. So there's a little knob here at the front, hopefully you can see that, and it's a bit fiddly to get your fingers in there. But we can loosen that off. Adjust our table. That's good. There's actually a blade already fitted, so it comes fitted with one blade. Looks to be a fairly wide kind of blade for a scroll saw blade. It's come with another blade which is thinner. The blade in this packet here is a pinless blade. So although I said I know nothing about scroll saws, I do know there's two types of blades. So there's pinned blades, which have a little pin at each end to help you mount it, which is the saws come with one of those set up. And they've supplied a thinner pinless blade, and looks like there's a couple of fittings to set up the pinless blade. Another piece, but there must be a piece for the blower. I see. This Oh, I see. This is the blower. So the blower is a small little nozzle here, and then this comes around to the top, obviously, and fits on there. So the nozzle is not actually that variable, but it has one, so that's good. Okay, so on the top it has a blade setting holder, so that will be how you set up for pinless blades using these attachments. So we can have a look at that later. This is the smallest square I've got, so I just had to eyeball it. The marker on the bevel is black on black, so it's hard to see, but it ended up being pretty much spot on. There is this tensioning knob at the back of the saw. I didn't see a quick release lever, but this seems fairly easy to operate. You can set up pinless blades using this blade holder on top of the saw. At each end there is a fitting, and each fitting has 2 grub screws, and you're supposed to adjust the grub screws within each fitting so that the blade is central to each fitting on either side. So the light is not very strong, and it doesn't have an independent switch. It comes on and goes off with the main power switch. So when we turn the machine on, the light comes on. Just make a little bit of difference if you get it down close enough. It would be nice if it had an LED light. I was afraid that it would bounce around too much, but when I have it on, it's got variable speed. So if you can see that. It's got variable speed here. On the slower speeds, even though I haven't got it bolted down to the bench, it doesn't seem too bad. I haven't cut any wood yet, but so far it doesn't seem too bad on the lower speeds. But once you speed it up, and there is you can tell already, there's a little bit of vibration there going on. But it's not too bad so far. We'll see what happens when we put some wood in there.
machine. If you're a machine, it can't be so bad.
Okay, so it does bounce around a little bit when it has to cut wood. So it really does need to be bolted down somewhere. I had hoped that I could just use some clamps, but there isn't really anything to clamp to. There are holes to put bolts through to bolt it into. You can see there's a well, hopefully you can see there's a bolt hole. There's two at the front or near the front, and there's two right at the rear. So you can bolt it down, but there isn't much of a flange to be able to clamp it down to anything, unfortunately. So we'll have to come up with a solution for that. But even with some movement, it cuts fine. So Tito, what do you think of the scroll saw? What do you think of the scroll saw? Pretty good? I hope you found that useful. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe because that encourages me to create more content for you. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.